As you know, tomorrow evening we're going to have the opportunity to debate in front of Ontarians. I'm very much looking forward to that. It's one of those very rare opportunities during the course of a campaign where we can debate province-wide issues together in front of a large Ontario audience. We look forward to getting the opportunity to compare our positive forward plan to the plan put forward by the other two. One of the things in particular I'll try to address is the prevailing uncertainty of the global economy, and how important it is that we continue to have a steady hand on artillery. Ontarians are looking for strong and steady leadership. We've got some great experience when it comes to addressing economic upheaval. We steered this province through a very difficult recession, worst of its kind in 80 years. We did things that needed doing. We supported our auto sector, 400,000 jobs that hung the balance there, but we're not going to cut those people loose. We invested in training, and we worked in concert with the federal government to stimulate our economy, build new infrastructure, and create jobs. So I'm very much looking forward to that opportunity to talk about our experience and about our plan going forward. Thank you.
Do you think the fact that you... Go ahead. No, I defer to you, sir.
Let the report notice. Vous avez annulé la centrale au Japon, la centrale au gaz à Mississauga. Il y a encore des travaux aujourd'hui. Est-ce que vous avez vraiment annulé?
Nous sommes en train d'avoir des discussions, mais gardez en tête, notre promesse ne sera pas accomplie tant que nous ne formons pas le prochain gouvernement. Alors, on laisse aux électeurs et électrices dans cette circonscription de prendre leur propre décision.
Plus le temps avance, plus les travaux continuent, ça va coûter encore plus cher au gouvernement qu'on a eu.
C'est jamais trop tard pour faire la bonne chose. Jamais trop tard pour faire la bonne chose. Nous avons bien écouté à ceux et celles qui habitent dans cette région et ils nous disent que il y a 3 nouveaux édifices condominiums qui vont être érigés dans ce quartier. Et que, comme vous savez très bien, c'est pas même possible d'ériger un seul wind turbine dans cette location. Alors, ça fait pas de sens.
Same question in English. The work is continuing on the power plant, so why is it happening?
Well, you know, we've made a commitment as a political party, and it'll be up to voters to decide whether they want us to move ahead with that commitment. If we form a government, which I hope we will, then we will move ahead with that. And I'm saying in French as well that there's never a wrong time to do the right thing. This was a proposal that was initiated some 6 years ago. Since that period of time, they put up 2 condominium towers. They're now building the 3rd. And since that time, we put in place a new rule that says you can't put up we couldn't even put up 1 wind turbine in that location. To me, it doesn't make sense.
But hearing that this debate has been going on for many months. I recall covering the story with residents who were very upset. Right. You've waited a long time to cancel this.
Right, but I've always said that we're going to keep an open mind, we'll keep listening to people. We've listened, and now we've acted, and now it's the people who get to decide.
We're hearing that Mayor Hazel McCallion heard about this in May, so she's wondering now why it's coming out now.
Well, that's coming as news to me because we didn't make a decision until just recently.
She said it in a meeting over the weekend.
Sorry?
How much does it cost to cancel this plan? And how about the overall power plant?
It'll be that's a subject of continuing conversation. What we're talking about is, in this particular case, is relocating this to a different place. And so it's a subject of continuing conversation. These are all things, of course, that people in the community want to take into account as they cast their ballots.
Well, what does that mean? Can you give us somewhat of a figure? Like, what is
no, it's a subject of continuing conversation. We'll look at it.
Well, hold on a second. Oakville that's been decided a long time ago. What's the cost of killing that deal?
Still a subject of continuing conversation.
Oh, come on. I can't believe that after all this time, you don't know what the cost is.
Still a subject of continuing conversation.
What is the conversation happening on at this time? Like, I mean,
what is the subject?
You said it's a subject of continuing.
It's a subject, yeah. We're just talking with the proponents on the other side. Make sure that we do everything we can to uphold the public interest and to keep, the costs within the realm of the reason.
But you went out and collected. You're
how much Oakville costs. How do you feel comfortable pulling the plug
Well, again, you know, people get an opportunity to make a decision. They get, I mean, you know, if they want the gas plant, you know, I don't think there's anybody who supports the gas plant any longer, unless I'm missing something. I mean, well, the opposition seem to be trying to have it both ways here. I think they're against us pulling the plug on the gas plant, but they're against the gas plant themselves. I mean, you know, there's never a wrong time to do the right thing. So we've listened to people living in the community, and I think they made some pretty compelling arguments. A lot has in fact changed in the course of the past 6 years, including a new rule in the books that says we couldn't put up one wind turbine in that community.
What about Holland Marsh? They don't want it there either.
Holland Marsh doesn't want it, and so where would this plant go? Doesn't that community have the right to vote on that?
That's the subject of continuing conversation.
Can you just make that as to where it may go?
Premier, the argument for building the plant was that that particular area needed the electricity, needed the generation. So how are you going to replace the generation that you told us in the past was desperately needed in that area?
That was the best advice that we got from the OPA. You'll also know that the Independent Electricity System Operator, the same body that said back in 2003 that we were at risk, real risk of brownouts and blackouts because of the lack of supply, is now telling us we're in the best supply situation in over a decade. So we've come a long way, as I say, during the course of the past 6 years.
So are you saying that we don't need the same amount of power that you thought, or the government thought we would need 6 years ago?
Not at the same pace in terms of growth, and also we've got to be very careful in terms of where we locate these kinds of things.
Quand vous avez commencé tout à l'heure, vous avez parlé du débat en anglais. Vous parlez en français, vous n'étiez pas sur le français.
J'ai hâte à voir ce débat. C'est une opportunité très rare pour parler d'une manière directe aux Ontariens et Ontariens et pour discuter des sujets qui sont très importants. Nous allons mettre l'emphase sur notre plan positif et sur le fait qu'il existe beaucoup d'incertitudes dans l'économie mondiale et qu'il faut avoir l'expérience, il faut avoir une main, help me with this one. Steady? Good enough, I guess. C'est pas parfait.
Je suis désolé, je suis pas l'auteur des accords. Je vais laisser mon dictionnaire quand même.
Vous avez raison, monsieur. Une main solide et avec l'expérience pour gérer nos affaires économiques.
The Tories are planning to tear up the law on energy contracts. In addition to these two plants, they're also talking about tearing up Samsung, not letting any community that doesn't want to get one. What are the implications, do you think, for the power system if we have that approach?
Well, let's just understand what we're talking about, right? We live in an era of prevailing global economic anxiety and uncertainty. The good news is that in all of North America, we're the second best place to draw in foreign investment. So Samsung is very well known globally. I'm just wondering, you know, how is Mr. Hudak, as Premier, if he would enjoy that wonderful privilege, going to lead a trade mission around the world? When people say, well, hang on a second, you canceled a $7 billion contract with Samsung. Why do we want to do business with you? So at a time when the global economy and global investors crave certainty and predictability and stability, it's really important that we maintain our feet in terra program, that we continue with our Green Energy Act, that we continue to promote clean energy manufacturing in Ontario, that we continue to move forward with our responsible tax reductions, that we continue to elevate the quality of our workforce, that we continue to find ways to make healthcare more cost-effective and meet the needs of our seniors at the same time.
Don't